Hi, my name is Vikash, and in this video tutorial I am going to talk about the release order module of Depot Online system. The release order mostly consists of two different parts. One is the generation of the release order and second is the fulfillment of the release order. The generation of the release order is managed by an application called as release order management, and once the release order is generated, it is imported in the Depot Online system and it is tracked and fulfilled, and various reports can be generated in the Depot Online system. So in this particular tutorial today we will be seeing the entire end-to-end operation, right from the import of the release order to the settlement of the release order. So let us go into the Depot Online application and see how this release order is managed in the Depot Online application. The Depot Online application is a web-based system which is used to automate various operations that happens in the depot and the district offices. Now the Depot Online system is a roles-based system where, based on the user login, various roles, and based on the roles that the user belongs to, various operations can be performed. So if the area officer logs in, then he can perform the operations that area office does, for example importing the release order or creating the CMR contracts. But if the depot officer logs in, then he can see operations that are performed within the depot. Similarly, if the zonal office or the regional office or the headquarters logs in, they can view various reports depending on the hierarchy. Now for the release order module, let us first log in as the area office and import the release order that has been generated by the release order management. So we will log in as the district office. Once I log in, these are the various options that are available to the district office. They can provide the quality information, the labor management, where they can create the gangs, associate the gangs or the labors to the depot. They can provide the information of the transporters, the millers, the mandi mandi management information, the purchasing center informations, and the sales management under which the release comes. Now let's talk more about the release orders. So this is the place from where the release order can be imported, or they can go and also approve the imported release orders. They can also edit an existing release order where the area office is eligible to increase the validity of the release order period. Then the release order generated can be settled from here, and various reports can be viewed for the release orders. We will talk about this in details once we generate and successfully issue some commodities against a release order. So let us go ahead and import a release order that was created, that was generated in the release order management. So the first thing that needs to be done for importing the release order is to select the depot from which the release will be happening. For our demonstration, we will be selecting the Rajpura depot. We need to provide the details of the party for which the release is going to happen. Let's say it is the state of Punjab in our case. Provide the release order number. So let's say RO midday meal 02. Provide the details of the release order date when this release order was generated. Select which commodity needs to be released under this order, variety, scheme type under which the release is happening, and the appropriate scheme. So let's say it is an other welfare scheme and the scheme name is midday meal. The net quantity, so let's say it is 100. The cost per quintals, so for example it is 5,000 per quintal, and the applicable taxes needs to be provided. This is the place from where we need to tell that to what date this particular release order is valid. Let's say for demonstration it is 15th of December. We provide the allocation period. Let's say it is November to December. And finally, once the information is provided, the release order can be imported by clicking on save. Now this is the release order number. Once the release order is imported by the area office staff, the area manager needs to approve this release order. I'm currently logged in as area manager itself, so we can go ahead and we can see the approval the release orders waiting for approval in the pending release order list. Once we go there, we see that there are 2 release orders that were imported but are still waiting for approval by the area manager. This is the one that we created just few minutes back. So we will go and we will approve this release order. As soon as this release order is approved, the appropriate depot manager, in this case the Rajpura depot, will be intimated that the release order has been created for the state of Punjab and 100 quintal of wheat need to be issued. So now let us log in as the Rajpura depot to see what is currently stored in the depot, and then we will follow back the steps involved in tracking the release order. So first let us log in as the depot manager so that we can see various sheds that are there in the depot, what is currently stored. When I log in as the depot manager of the Rajpura depot, first thing that I can see is the various stock holding in the depot. Like for example, the 41% of raw rice is stored, 16% of wheat is stored in this depot. I can also see the current utilization of the depot. We can also click on view sheds to see various sheds that are there in the depot, and when I hover the mouse I can see the utilization of that particular shed. We can go inside any shed and see the stack card, and each of the symbols in the stack card represents a meaning. For example, this is an empty stack, in this case this is a receiving stack, and this is an issuing stack, and it also tells us what kind of commodities is stored. When we go inside the stack, we can also see the stack card, which provides me the information of the stack formation and the various operations that has happened on that particular stack. Now, as a depot manager, he is eligible to do pretty much everything, and that's the reason you are seeing different operations that are available over here. He can see various reports like DSOs, DSI. He can see the labor details like the labor usage, and the reports related to quality, reports related to movement, procurement, storage, dumping, transit loss, and the storage losses, etc., etc. Now let us continue to the release order operations that we were creating. So we have created a release order, it has been approved, and imagine an empty truck from the state of Punjab has come to pick up the commodity. So let us log in as gate officer so that we can issue the token to the empty truck. I log in as the gate officer. Now when I log in as the gate officer, you notice that we have very limited functionality that the gate officer can do. So for example, the gate officer can issue tokens for the operations of release, or for the procurement operations like levy, CMR or mandi, or to the trucks who have come to pick up the rejected commodities for the CMR or levy, or for inward, etc. Once the tokens are issued, then the gate pass can be issued, and we can also see the details of the gate pass on how many trucks are waiting outside. We can also view some of the reports like the shed level reports, or we can also see the various sheds and the stack cards of the stacks that are there in the shed. So for this particular operation, let us go and issue to the truck, the empty truck which has come to pick up the commodity. So we need to give the RO number. So we give start. As and when you type, the system will provide you the filtered view of the release order that are tagged to this particular depot and which is not yet closed. Now this is the second one, RO midday meal -02 is the RO order that we created few minutes back. Then we need to provide the truck number. Let's say it is Punjab, so let's give a sample truck number of PB02 1001, and we give a friendly name to this transactions, and using this friendly name we can basically track the operations for this particular issue at various stages. So let us give a friendly name. As soon as the RO is selected, at the gate itself we can see the pending quantity that is available, or how much commodity still needs to be issued for this particular RO. Once the information is provided into the system, the token can be generated. Once the token is generated, the system tells us that at what date and time the truck can get inside, and this depends on the queue of the trucks that are there which has come before this truck. the token can also be printed using the thermal printer. The next step involved is at this particular time, the truck will actually come in the gate and a gate pass will be issued. So let us go ahead and issue the gate pass. Now we can select the particular information by either by using the truck number or by selecting the token. Now 87 is the token that was generated, and what we see over here is the information that was provided in the token, like what is the release order number, what is the pending quantity, what is the commodity, etc. What you see over here is the priority list of wheat commodity in this depot, so that while issuing, the depot needs to follow the priority, which internally has which is generated using the several rules like the FIFO, or based on the storage type, etc. So now what the Depot Online system does is that it provides the ability to select the shed and the stack right at the gate, so that the truck is informed that the commodity needs to be picked from this shed and this stack. The same option is also available at the weighbridge and at the shed level. So let us go and see what are the different priorities. Now you can see, we can either see the top 10 priorities over here, or based on shed we can also see the priority. So for example, in shed number 3, this is the stack which is on the priority 4. If the user selects any other priority, the system will tell that you want to, it's an overriding, you are overriding the priority and you really want to do it. Or optionally, since it's priority 4 is the minimum here in this case, so we can, and since the bags are also available, we can select this one, and we can tell the truck that you go to shed number 3 and pick up the commodity from this particular stack. Now we can go ahead and we can issue the gate pass. Once the gate pass is issued, the same can be printed using the thermal printer. It also consists of the QR code which can be scanned by the tablet devices, which will make the process of selecting the tokens easy in the tablet device. Let us not print for demonstration. So the truck has come, the token was issued, then the gate pass was issued, and the truck has entered. So the next stop for the truck is the weighbridge, where the empty truck weight will be captured. So we will log out and we will log in as the weighbridge officer. As a weighbridge officer, we can capture the in weight of the truck or the out weight of the truck, or if any second weighment happens, or we can also view the various weighments that has happened, or the entire register that the weighbridge register, where we can see the different weights that has been captured based on the dates. Similarly, the truck sheets can be generated over here, and some of the reports can be viewed at the weighbridge. In this case, for the release order, first let us go ahead and capture the in weight of the truck. Once again, the information can be fetched from the Depot Online system either using the token number or the truck number. So 87 is the token number, so let us select that. And as soon as we select that, we get the entire information, including the selection of the shed and stack that was done at the gate. This can be overridden over here, or it can be left the default that was selected at the gate. Now this is the place where the capturing of the weight happens. Once the user clicks on this, a small pop-up opens, where once the truck comes on the LWB, the LWB will be integrated with the system and automatically the weight will be captured. So for the demonstration purpose, let's say 100 quintals is the empty truck weight, and we save this. The in weight slip will be automatically generated and which can be printed. Let us see the details of the invert slip. So let me cancel this and let me show you this. So this particular in weight slip consists of the truck number, when the in weight was taken, what is the tear weight of the empty truck, which shed and which stack the truck needs to go to. Let us not print for the demonstration purpose. So the next step involved is at the shed, where the loading of the commodity happens. Now for the shed, the operations can be done either via web or a dedicated tablet application. So let us go and see the tablet application. So let us log out this and let us connect to the tablet application. In the team viewer, we have screencasting the tablet, and let us open the application, the Depot Online tablet application. We will log in as the shed in charge. of the Rajpura depot. Oops, sorry, I provided a wrong credential. And let us go and log in. Once we log in, we see that these are the different things that can be performed at the shed level using the tablet. For example, the shed management, where the procurement information can be captured, like the dumping or the stacking, or the issue information like the loading of the commodity into the truck, or stack management, for example, killing of the stacks, or providing the details of the bag arrangement of the stack, or viewing the reports, like for example the shed summary. So for shed 1, if we want to see the summary, we can see that these are the total stacks, these are the empty stacks, and these are various commodities with this is the number of bags that has been stored in shed number 1. Similarly, the stack card can be viewed using the stack wise summary, or the daily stock receipt and the daily stock issue of the particular shed. Now let's continue with the release order. And so far we have seen that the release order was generated, it is imported into the depot online system, and empty truck has come, the token was issued, the gate pass was issued, and the in weight of the truck was captured. The truck was told to go to the shed number 3 and pick up the commodity from the stack 3A08. So now the shed in charge of shed number 3 provides the loading information using this one. So he selects the token from the available list. In this case, the token is 86, verifies the truck information, and tells the number of bags that are being loaded. Let's say the number of bags that are being loaded is 200. And he can also tell that from which stack it is getting loaded. So in this case, let's say he continues to stick to this particular stack, which is 3A08. So he's saying 200 bags gets loaded from here. So the 200 bags are being loaded from this particular stack, and once the information is provided, the shed in charge submits this information, and the loading is successful. So the next step involved is that the truck goes back to the weighbridge and an outweight of the loaded truck is captured. So let us go back to the application and log in as the weighbridge. Let us go and capture the outweight of the truck. We select the token, and this is the place where we provide the outweight. So let's say the outweight is 100 point. Sorry, it is 200.22 quintals. This is the outweight, and finally submit this. As soon as we submit, the weighbridge slip gets generated, which can be printed. Let us see what information is provided over here. So we have the information like the serial number, the truck number, the in weight, the out weight, the tare weight and the gross weight, the number of bags, the bag tare weight, and the net weight of the commodity, which is 98.89 quintals. Now the next step involved is generation of the truck sheet, which can be generated at the weighbridge using the weighbridge login, or even the depot manager can log in and generate the truck sheet. So let us log in back as the depot office, so depot manager. And let us go and generate the truck sheet. While generating the truck sheet, we can also provide information about the loose grains. For example, in this case, if some loose grain is pending and the depot manager wants to issue the loose grains from the shed, he can provide that information from here by clicking on this one. So if he clicks, he can select for this particular token, this is the amount, whether it is in full bag or a loose grain, this is the weight, and whether he is adding or removing the loose grains from the truck, this information can be provided. Let us skip that for now and let us come back to this particular token. Once if the loose grain adjustment is done, this can be generated, the truck sheet, and this can be printed. So this is the information that has been provided in the truck sheet with the details such as the release order number, the issue date, the truck number, the shed number from which it was issued, the commodity, the gross weight, the tare weight, and the net weight of the commodity, and who is the consignor, who is the consignee, and which depot it is coming from. The entire details are provided in the truck sheet. The last step involved is that the truck goes out and the truck can be marked as an exit. So let us go and do that, but before which can be done by logging in as the gate officer. So let us quickly do that. So you can go and say gate pass exit, type the truck number, which was in our case this one. 200 bags were loaded. The gate officer can verify the truck sheet and say the truck goes out. It successfully exited. Now let us quickly log in back as the depot manager and see the stack card from the stack that was issued. Let us see the various issues that has been done today and some other reports. So first let us go into the shed and the stack from which the issue has happened. If you remember, we issued from the stack 3A08. So we can see that this is the operation that we did, 200 bags that were issued. This was the net weight of the commodity that was issued, and this is the pending or the closing balance of the commodity in this particular stack. This stack card can be printed or it can be exported in the PDF, Word or an Excel format. Now let us see some other reports, like for example the DSRs and the DSIs. In this case, let us see the DSI report. If I select the DSI and say for wheat for today's date and click on view report, it gives me the full-fledged report of various issues that has happened for wheat on today's date. And in this particular release order is the one that we issued today, just in this demonstration. The 200 bags with this commodity, this quintals, this weight of the commodity, and these are the total bags that has been issued today, and this is the total weight quantity of the commodity that has been issued. Similarly, other reports can be viewed like the DSRs in case the depot manager is interested. Now let us also log in back as the area office and see what the release order settlement and the various reports from the area office point of view. So let's imagine like the complete consignment of the release order that we imported has been fulfilled, and this release order needs to be closed or settled. So we can filter the release order based on the depot. So we select the release order, the depot. We see all the release order that is associated with the depot. In our case, let us select the one that we imported. We can see how much has been issued, how much is the pending quantity, and we can give a remarks and mark this as closed. And the release order is settled. Once the release order is settled, no more issues can happen against this release order. Let us see some of the reports that are associated with the release order. So let us see the allocation month-wise or scheme-wise report. So let us select the scheme type. Let's say other welfare scheme, the scheme name, and the commodity, and between the dates. So let's say I'm interested in seeing all the release that has happened between 25th and 28th of this month for this scheme type and for this particular commodity. And if I click on view report, we can get full-fledged details. Now if you remember, this is the release order that we created, and this is the net quantity that was issued, and this was the pending. So we can get this report. Similarly, if we can see the other report as well. So for example, allocation month-wise. So for the month of November, if I want to get the full-fledged release that has happened from this area, we can get that details as well, which provides me the release order numbers, the depot, commodity, the release order date, the quantity of commodity that was issued, for which the RO was created, and the issued quantity and the pending quantity. And this is the one that we saw in this particular demonstration. Thank you for watching this video.